People just rush because a friend is buying, the neighbor is buying, you just go ahead to buy a land, for example. You must, before you buy that land, you need to ask yourself, what am I going to do once I buy it? Because this is very important. Particularly for some of the private estate, they'll tell you must develop within a certain time frame. You need to have, just like any investment strategy, you need to have a plan when you buy the land. So if you don't have that answer, I think you might want to pause at this time, because if you don't have a plan, then anything is a plan. And anything that happens becomes your plan. So you need to have a plan for your money. It's usually big ticket. You need to know exactly what you want to do with that land. And then the other question that you will need to ask is, who should I buy from? And that is very important, because the person you buy the land from can determine the difference between profit and loss. For example, if you go buy from the wrong person, you will not only lose your money, you could lose your life. You've had instances, stories of people that were killed because they bought the wrong land and then they moved into it. It resulted in chaos, fight, and the like. So you need to ask, who am I buying it from? And there are a lot of options available. You could say, I want to buy it from the traditional landowners, or what you call omonile. You could say, I want to buy it from real estate developers. I want to buy it from individuals who already have that land. This is what I generally encourage people to do. If you want to buy it from an individual, make sure you know that particular individual, make sure he has all the documents. We're still going to cover some of this point as I move on to the next one. We've considered real estate investment is just one of the many, now it's one of the many options you have. You don't need to have a real estate asset. In fact, there are a lot of people who do not have real estate asset and they're very wealthy, even though real estate is very key as part of your wealth, building your investment portfolio. Maybe in another lesson, I will talk about how do you build an investment portfolio that would address all your concern, and then how do you add real estate. Just keep watching this channel. We're going to get to that point. So we've addressed what you need to know. That is a choice. We've addressed the issue of the location, the price you should pay, who you should buy it from. Those are the considerations and what you want to do after you buy. Those are the considerations that are very important when you are about to buy. Now, let's say you've passed this particular level. The next major thought is when you are ready to buy. What are the things that you should do when you're ready to buy? Now, once you're ready to buy, you need to do due diligence. You will do due diligence on the land. Now, for those of you who are outside the country, you are not very close to where you want to buy the land, or you want somebody to buy for you. These are some of the knowledge that will be useful in making your decision. In doing due diligence, what documents do you need? And that's what I'm just going to talk about in the next few minutes. What are those documents that you need? First of all, what do you want to do? Due diligence on the land. Preferably, if you're available, you might want to take a visit to the land. If you're not available, get a professional surveyor and your lawyer or your agent to go visit the land. They don't just go, or you won't just go to visit the land, because we've had instances where people are taken to view a particular land, and then when they show them this is the land we're selling to you, and then once you pay, the story changes. So once you get to the site, of course, before you go to the land, one of the things you want to ask for is like maybe a survey, particularly if you're buying a plot. You want a survey of that land. Every survey document will have the coordinates for the land on it. So a copy of that. So once you get to the land with your surveyor, what you want to do on that particular land is to take the coordinate physically and then compare the coordinate on the land, taken on the land, with the coordinate in the survey document. What it simply tells you is the land that is in the survey that they've taken you to. We've seen so many stories, so you need to be very careful. Apart from that, now that you are sure that this is the land that they want to sell to me and this is the land I'm buying, the second document you need to actually request to see is a copy of the title document, the C of O preferably. What is C of O? Is a certificate issued by the government saying that this land belongs to this person. And then once you have that document, there are some basic checks you want to do, and this can be done at the land registry. It's available. You can go there, you just pay a token, then they get the information out for you. You want to be sure that the person who is offering you the land is the person that owns that particular land. You want to be sure that there's no encumbrance on that, registered encumbrance on that particular land. Then you also want to be sure that the document you're holding and the survey, which you should have by now, that is not the land is not located in an area that is designated for government use, under acquisition and so on and so forth. Those are things you want to check out on the title document, which is the C of O. Sometimes actually the C of O might not be in the name of the person that is selling to you, Maybe the original owner had a certificate of occupancy, they bought it from them. Now what you should request for is a deed of assignment. A deed of assignment means that the original owner has signed a contract transferring the asset to him. Sometimes people don't register this ones, but if it's registered, the better. So you want to see the deed of assignment and, if possible, the receipt of payment